Within any given day, moms claim all sorts of titles. Taxi driver, food tester, and therapist make the list. But are we forgetting to pursue the coveted title of fun mom? Studio 5 parenting contributor Heather Johnson is here to help us discover what being a fun mom really means. And we want to set out first with the definition, because I heard a little groan from you.
I know.
I kind of felt a little groan in my innermost mom heart. We hear about this woman, the fun mom, right?
Yeah.
Who always, her freezer's stocked with popsicles. She always has a game ready. I mean, does she exist? We don't know, but we try to spend our lives chasing her tail. How do you define this idea, or what do you think of this idea of the fun mom?
So I worry, because I feel like society has defined a fun mom in such a way that no one could actually ever become that person. Not and have any other sort of existence anywhere else.
Yes.
In real life. It's just really hard. This coveted title, it's not only just a badge we think we have to wear to be a good mom, but we also need everyone else to see it. And that element, I think, really hurts us. That not only do I want to wear it, but I actually need all my neighbors to see it while I'm wearing it.
You have to prove it.
Right. And when I'm so worried about wearing that badge of being a fun mom, it's energy I'm putting there instead of energy I'm putting towards loving my kids. And we get caught up in that and don't realize it. In fact, I remember we had 2 kids at the time, and I'd taken our 2-year-old in to get her well check.
Yeah.
And right there on the table was a magazine, back in the day of magazines, and right on the title, "Are you a fun mom? Take our quiz." And I remember going through it, and I added up all my, it only took like 2 questions for me to realize I was not going to win at this quiz. I was not going to fare well. I wasn't going to fare well. So I add up all my scores, and I get to the 15th question. And I'm not only not a fun mom, I'm the play it safe mom. They had a title for me. And I remember immediately feeling shame, just feeling like, am I doing this wrong? Am I not good enough? Do I need to change? And I don't. There are so many ways to be fun and to be good at what you're doing. Because being a fun mom is the mom who loves, who understands, who accepts, who provides safety. That's fun.
It's not a one-size-fits-all definition.
It isn't.
The hard part is, as you know, as I know, the fun mom is all over Instagram. The fun mom is all over Facebook. So today I love what you're doing, which is basically to set out and redefine what that can be for you and for me within our individual parenting styles. You say the fun mom occasionally lets go of the day-to-day.
Yes, and I love that you put occasionally in there, because we have to understand I don't even like saying to be fun. To be a great mom, to love our kids, we need to realize that sometimes Candyland is indeed more important than the dishes. Not all the time. If I played Candyland with our kids as much as they wanted me to, like 24 hours a day, all day long, no one would ever do the dishes.
Yes, yes.
There has to be a balance. There are other things that do need to be taken care of. Our kids need to come first, and we need to do the dishes.
Right.
So we need to do both. So being able to let go of the day-to-day when it's appropriate, when we need to, and worrying about our kids more than, again, what the neighbors think about our dishes, that's really important.
Whenever you have a new baby, inevitably you get that card with a poem on the front that says something about, I'm rocking my baby because babies don't keep, the cobwebs can stay. And I had a friend who gave me that card, crossed out the last 2 lines of the poem and put, until the spiders eat the baby. Like at some point the mom has to clean the cobwebs.
You have to, and if it's exactly right. And if we go by society's version of a fun mom, and I'm at the water park every single day, no matter the weather, right? They're not sending a herd of people to my house to take care of those things too. I gotta be able to do both.
Right.
So really the point here is that fun moms know how to balance. That's fun. It's fun to see that your mom and feel that she can balance loving you and doing those things and the water park and what the dishes might look like. Not overwhelm, just balance.
Fun moms, good moms also make room for real connection.
They do. Connection over power struggles or over being right. Fun moms know how to connect. And the way we do that is we stop worrying about being right so much. That means we're much more concerned about listening and understanding. I don't know about you, everything's always fun when I feel understood. I don't care what my husband and I are doing. If I feel like he understands me, it's fun.
It's great.
If I'm with our kids and I know they feel understood, everybody's having fun.
Because it changes your whole vibe, your whole mojo.
Absolutely, and we're there for them. It's not where we're at, a water park or a beach or on a vacation. It's that we're there in their hearts, that we're really there listening and caring. That's fun. It's fun to be understood that way.
You want moms to embrace and accept themselves as their best tool, their best resource.
Very best resource. We know ourselves the best, so we need to be our best resource. Now, this is not an excuse to look at our weaknesses and say, oh, everybody deal with it, I'm no good there. That's not what we're saying. There has to be this space where we use our strengths and our weaknesses as our very best tools. So for me, this is what this would look like. I have a very hard time subscribing to the belief that you have to make a mess to have fun or to learn. I can't get on board with that. We're back to the play it safe mom. Like I don't think we have to destroy the kitchen in order to learn how to make chocolate chip cookies. Right. I just don't.
Flour does not have to be flying from the ceiling.
It doesn't. And so I know that even though I'm working on that, I still know that that's kind of this space where I'm uncomfortable, where my patience are tested. So it's not an excuse to be impatient or not cook with our kids, but instead I do what I can to work with that as a weakness that I'm trying to make strong. I'm really great at teaching them how to follow a recipe, and I'm really great at helping them understand how ingredients go together. I'm not really good at watching the flour fly. So you know what? Sometimes I pre-measure everything when I'm working with our little kids.
Before you get going.
Before we even start. And lots of times we don't engage in those things unless I've set aside an amount of time that I know I'm not rushed. And I always, and I say always, when we're done with the flour, it always goes up high so that no hands can tip it over and dump it on the floor.
You know yourself.
I know myself. No, it doesn't mean that I'm not trying to become more patient in the kitchen. I am. And I know myself. So use yourself as a best resource as you get stronger in your weaknesses, and use your strengths to be strong.
I love that so much. We talk about one of our #1 goals or responsibilities as parents being to create a safe space. I love how you've added to that comment, though. You're saying create a safe space for your kids to be human.
To be human.
To be human.
And that's our job with any relationship that we have. But it's our job as moms. If we want to be fun, we need to create a space that's safe enough for our kids to be real, for them to be human. I don't know about you, but again, just like understanding, I have fun when I'm accepted. And I have fun when I know, again, that if I did it right or wrong, if I spilled the flour or not, if the cookies came out or not, the space is still safe for me to make mistakes and for me to fly.
Inclusion, major definition. Include and invite. What do you mean by that?
It's really important. And again, I can't be at a water park 24 hours a day. But the things that I do need to do, I can invite my kids to join me. And so include them, invite them to come with you on errands, to help you solve problems. I even think in our home, my husband invited our son to help him replace the starter in our son's truck. He turned 16.
Big job.
Big job. And he finished and he walked in and he said to me, I couldn't have done that without our son's help. And I said, what was so awesome? And he said, well, he solved like 3 or 4 problems I wasn't sure how to solve yet. He has a memory like a trap door. He looked at this and this and this different. That is including them. It's letting them feel important. Feeling important is fun. Feeling important helps us know that we have a place. These are all things that characterize not only a great relationship with our kids, but how to be a fun human being when we feel accepted.
Like so many of our viewers, I hear you in my head all the time as I'm trying to parent on the ground and channel my inner Heather. And one of the lines that you said years ago that has stuck with me for years is show them your cartwheels, which ties into this next idea, like let your kids see who you really are.
You've got to. You've got to let them see not only that you're just human, right? Because that's important. They need to see the successes and failures, but they need to know who we are. They need to know what we love to do. They need to know what, favorite foods we have, where we like to eat, what we don't like, what our favorite color is. They've got to know those things about us. And so if you can do a cartwheel, take the chance, show it to your kids. If they don't know that about you, they should. They should know that you can ride a skateboard. They should know that you can't ride a bike. They should know things about you. The research is evident over and over that the better our kids know us, the higher their esteem, because they have a connection and know where they belong. And so that connection between the two of us, that's fun. That is really, really fun.
In summary, a fun mom, a good mom is human.
They are. They are.
We're human. I'm going to wait a couple months to bust out my cartwheels, but I really appreciated this conversation. I know our viewers will as well. If you want to connect with Heather, she has a private practice. She helps families and couples reconnect and get back to those good values. And we'll link you over to her email on our website, studio5.ksl.com. Thanks, Heather.